Not you off my black business.
No. Well, hold on. Well, come on, bitch. Stop playing with us. Oh, there you go.
I kind of have to use the bathroom, but we just gonna get through this.
Oh my God. Go use the bathroom.
No. It's gonna take me a while.
Make sure you put that in. Make sure you put that in.
It's gonna take me a while.
But what's up, everybody? Welcome back. And you here with NATO.
Rapunzel with the bundles.
And I'm Barry J.
And yes, hello everybody, ladies, gents, and all in-betweeners. Welcome back to the podcast. This is episode 106. And today, we're just going to get right into it. We're going to be talking about where my support at, ho? And since we talking about what is my motherfucking support, we need to be talking about Vari and the lack of support I got cough yesterday. Somebody forgot to tell me a happy birthday, and I don't want to say like my soul was snatched out of my body and like fell down a whole bunch of hills, up and down the hill, but it was something like that. Thoughts?
You already know how I felt earlier. And I just feel like, you know what? My support was not there for you yesterday. It was truly not there for you yesterday, and I have to do better at that because my thing is, if I'm going to consider you a best friend, I have to treat you like a best friend, and remember days that are important to you. And your birthday, the day you were born on this earth, is very important. But I told you I'd make it up to you somehow, in some way, and the good friend you are, you forgave me. So I don't want to say it is what it is, but I'm sorry again, y'all. You know, you got to support your friends. And honestly, this is one thing I want to say. If you can't remember birthdays, put that shit in your calendar. Like, dead ass. Put it in your calendar because I have a huge problem remembering birthdays and names. But I'll do better next time. And I'm sorry again, NATO.
We'll see how it goes next year. but, but you know who typically doesn't forget? Rapunzel.
I bow down, Rapunzel. I bow down.
But
Of
yes.
course. Well, happy birthday again.
Mwah.
And I wish you
But you
many
said
more.
support. So what you got to talk about support? What's something that's getting on your mind with support?
You know, I just think we should definitely talk about how sometimes will we be like, I'm part of the black community or I'm part of the black queer community or just whatever the fuck. And it just sometimes you be feeling like, damn, why y'all ain't supporting me the way I feel like I need to be supporting me?
You know, I know that Oto will. I was just telling you the other day, you know, how like I've been getting a lot of comments, you know, on Instagram mainly from no shade, black women saying where are the black kings at and are we losing our men and stuff like that. And I'm like, this girl, you ain't lost me. I was never yours to begin with. One, and I am a black king. I'm just not your black king. And I just feel like, you know, sometimes the support can just be kind of mediocre sometimes because it's like, you know what? I wasn't being negative. I was just trying to say I want black men to be black men. And I'm like, girl, I am a man. And honestly, how did you know I was not non-binary? Did you read my bio? My bio says he, no, it says they, he, and she. So boom. How you know I'm not a black king and a black queen?
Per.
Okay.
Anyway.
Is this an
Anyway.
attack on black women?
Oh, you know, I don't want to go too far out there because we have a black woman right here, and I want to hear her perspective.
Rapunzel, is this an attack on black women?
I don't think so. Mainly because I'm really a fan of mind your damn business. Like in the sense
But
of what
sometimes, oh,
you eat don't make me shit. So why do I care if you gay, straight, bisexual, or any other LGBTQ terms? You feel me? Like that's just never been me. I always stayed in my lane. And my lane is not to be out here judging other people based on the lifestyle that they choose to live. So
You don't strike me as that type of woman anyway. Like, I've never seen you give hate or, like, say, well, you ain't man enough because you ain't doing this. And also, it could be because you and Nato have been friends for literally ever. And, you've always supported Nato for who he is. But you never give me that vibe at all.
Oh, yeah. No, like, I've even, like, I think that he's a part of the reason why I'm so open. Like, just watching him transform over the years into who he's become has been great for me because he's amazing to me. He's always been amazing to me. Both of y'all, actually. So, I don't know. I never really cared if he was gay, straight, bisexual. Never mattered to me. I ain't never treated him no way, and he know that.
True.
And I beat up anybody who do. So.
Okay.
Nah, but for real though, do y'all ever feel like y'all don't get enough support from Black people though? And I don't want to like target Black people and say Black people, but in the sense of community, in our own community, do y'all feel like y'all don't get enough support sometimes?
I feel like I've experienced like negative comments on like TikTok and stuff and the media, but it's not really Black women. Mine be from like foreigners, so I don't know. Like Black women, if they support me on my platform, but I get where you're coming from with the trying to tell you you're not manly or man enough, which is weird to me because that's not your business. Whatever, like mind your business. I'm gonna always say mind your fucking business, even though we gonna be all up in other people's Black business. But yeah, like.
The facts. The
I just
facts.
feel like sometimes with the comments, it's just like, damn, why this so unprovoked? Like, where do you even come from?
Where did you come from with this?
Really like to spread negative energy for some reason, and it's mind-boggling how much negative energy people take to put in the earth, in the universe, on other people's lives. Like, can you critique your own life this much?
Now
Because
I
we can
will
do
say,
it.
go ahead.
I was just saying because we can do it, but I just want to say I don't want to blame personally the shade room, but I blame the shade room.
Because the comment section is
Yeah.
wild. And then the things that they be talking about when it comes to our community and people of color, like, it just like, honestly, did y'all see the stuff going on with Felicia? Like the girl who played Felicia in Friday?
I rolled past it.
What?
I think that she was saying that people constantly roll past and say bye and
They call her dirty bitch and stuff like that. And
hmm.
I was reading the comments, and a lot of Black people was like, "Girl, bye, da 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 da." That was an iconic scene. That was an iconic role and stuff like that. And although those things are very much true, my thing is, you're not living through her shoes. You're not living through her eyes. How do you know if people are not calling her dirty bitch or like considering her as that crackhead character that she played on Friday? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lot of us, well, a lot of people in the comments that were Black that I saw were like, girl, that was an iconic thing. I know a lot of people that wanted to have sex with Felicia. I'm like, no, they didn't want to have sex with Felicia. They wanted to have sex with Felicia's sister, Nia Long.
Right.
Like, that's the difference, But I didn't
Even
get when she was like basically saying that we put each other down based off that role. I just more so meant like, I just felt like people were not understanding where she was coming from. And a lot of the time it was just Black people saying, girl, bye, Felicia. Like, girl, did you not know this movie was iconic? It's an iconic scene. I'm like, but you're not her. You don't walk life through her shoes and what she goes through. And I'm pretty sure she could have told this story way before now, but she's choosing to tell it now. Like, are we faulting her for opening up now, telling it? Like, she didn't say like she wanted to commit suicide. She just said these are things that happened to her because of the movie. But that's just, I digress on that.
That's just
I feel like
disgusting.
on that, I feel like it's weird even for people to judge you based off a character you played how many years ago? Like
20,
what?
right?
That's not
Why would I see
you.
her comments like you dirty? Like what? What are you talking about? That's a role I played. And yet, and another thing people have to realize was iconic to Black people, not always iconic to everyone else. Just because we look at it as a comedy and a hood classic, don't mean that the other communities look at it as that. So you don't know what they saying to her about it. We might see it as funny and see her as hilarious, but they might not.
I didn't
So
think of that. I'm glad you brought that perspective because I did not think of that. And it's not that we like, I don't think that you were saying we're worrying about, you know, non-black people and what their opinions are, but like honestly, they do have opinions as well. So I didn't even think about that until you said that actually.
Yeah.
But I will say, now, have y'all ever seen the instance where it's like people hold black businesses, small businesses, like mom and pop shops to standards that they don't hold like big corporations?
Oh yeah, that's one thing I don't like sometimes with black folks. It's always this, I was trying to support black business, but they always disorganized. When you go to Walmart and it look all kinds of any type of way, but you're gonna go in there and get something off that clearance rack, or you're gonna go to Target because it's a little bit more ooh la la, but you won't go to the corner store that's owned by your homie, or you won't go to the black soul food place and won't give them a try, even though you know that they're up and coming, they need some service, they need some promo, but you'll go to maybe the white soul food place because it's a little bit more grandier. Like, it's just not okay. But my thing is, we always talk about wanting to put wealth back into our communities. You can't do that without supporting your communities, without giving them a chance. Walmart did not just get here just from landing here one day. Like, people had to support it, and it had to grow to where it is here. Like, I don't know where people be getting that thing. So just get people some patience. I think that's black folks. We need some patience. Get some love and some patience. Like, damn, it takes a village.
It do.
I can agree to that.
It do. Honestly, and that makes me even go to the point of like I don't think we support each other enough sometimes. Like I
Hmm.
really don't, because if we were supporting each other like this, a lot of businesses would be Walmart. A lot of businesses would be McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? And I
Hmm.
feel like sometimes we hold each other to standards like you cook that rice too hard, but you'll go to goddamn the Chinese restaurant and the rice 5 days old. And
You
that's
gonna
not
talk
saying,
shit and then be right back next week.
and
Yeah,
that's not saying anything about Chinese people at all. I'm just saying in general, like just to reference another culture of people. I'm just like, we hold each other to different standards. Even when it comes to clothing, when it comes to food, even when it comes to support, you know what I'm saying? Like I just know it also well and what I do. I'm just always seeing, a lot of support from like other communities sometimes. Not that my community don't show up, because they do show up. When they show up, they show up. But it's kind of
Hmm.
like, you know what I'm saying? Because like we want to make sure that we're doing really good. We want to see each other in like the best perfect light. And I'm like, this, we're not perfect. We're gonna make mistakes. So allow us to make the mistakes so then we can grow. I'd rather have somebody say, you know what, I didn't like that you did this time, but I'm gonna come back. I'm not gonna leave a shitty review, but I'm gonna actually leave something constructive for you so that you can grow from. And I feel like sometimes we cancel out the constructive criticism, going straight to, bitch, I'm not eating that no more. Bitch, I'm not going back, because they always do that. I ain't doing none of that no more, because child, it always the black businesses. And I'm like, no, it's not. And we need to start doing
Exactly.
that to each other, because when we do it to each other, we tear each other down even more. We already got 9 people of color that want to shit on us all day, every day. So we got to start doing that to ourselves.
Hmm.
absolutely.
Also, I don't know if y'all been watching Issa Rae's new show, Rap Shit. If you have not, get into it. I think that show is just so relevant, especially with just talking about like black artists coming up and again wanting that support. The main character, she's an up and coming rapper trying to figure out how to get more how to get a bigger audience and more people coming to her page and hearing her out. And I remember one scene where she wanted one of her friends who was working at Spotify, probably slide help her out. As soon as she got off the call with her, she's like, "Chow." Went and called one of her other friends, like, girl, she's over here still trying to do this rap thing, girl. And it just be like,
And the
damn.
other friend was black.
It'd be her other friend was black too. And they just like, child, she called you about that too. And it'd be like, damn, it really be your own people. And they know you've been working hard for this. They know this is what you dedicated to, but yet they're still throwing dirt on your name. But when you all up, they're gonna be right there saying, "Oh, I helped you, girl." So which is
Mm,
it?
And that
It's
that's
same
fact.
shit
weird.
happened on the show.
That's fact, because the people closest to you won't even share your stuff. Like it don't take nothing for you to press the share button.
Or like,
Exactly.
Yes, it take nothing for you to like something, and they will stroll right past you like you don't exist.
I was gonna ask you something, Rapunzel. Like, when you did your video and the video went viral, when you read the comments, was there any Black people in there like being negative?
No, actually, no. All my negativity came from foreigners. Like, I
And
don't know,
are the foreigners Africans? Some of
like
them
bigger
African?
bodies where they at or whatever. But
Okay.
to the point where, I mean, foreigners to the point where I gotta press translation to read what they was talking about. Like, yeah. So that's where most of my
What were they saying? Just curious.
it's always about like my weight. It's always about my weight, literally. Or they didn't like how something fit me too tight or something. And it's like, girl, I like it. I'm gonna wear
Y'all
it.
hoes ain't got nothing else to talk about.
It don't, because you could. That's my thing is like what really bothers me is the fact that you know you don't have to click on my shit, right? Like you did not. You knew that you didn't like the body type I had before you decided to stop and watch my video and go take your ass down to my comments and leave a negative comment. You could have kept strolling. When I see something that I don't necessarily like or agree with, I don't take my time to go leave a negative ass comment under your shit. I keep strolling because why? That wasn't for me. That's not the content I like. That's weird to me. So
Now, sometimes if it's shit that bothers me so bad to my soul, I'm like, bitch, I gotta let y'all know, like, I can't let y'all have it today. Like, this is complete ignorance, and I'm not fucking
is
for the
it like
shit.
a controversial topic video, one of those type of videos? That's
Yeah.
different. They literally putting out content for you to give your opinion. I'm talking about the people that go under people pictures and be like, you know, that's I don't like what you have on, or I don't like
Your room dirty.
did this
And
type of
this is
photo.
my body. This is my body.
I see you had that food on the counter. It don't look right.
Yeah, like, nah, I ain't gonna lie. Some
Dissecting
of these
this
food
photo.
videos be having me. I don't be commenting, but I be like, I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself though. But baby, you don't need to be telling nobody how to cook nothing.
We just gonna mind our Black business on this one.
Okay.
It be our own community too, in the sense of like, well, there's only two people a part of the LGBTQIA, me and NATO, and like it be our community sometimes too. Like, behave. And I showed y'all the other day on that page on Twitter, they were going at each other so hard. Like the transphobia, the homophobia that they were they were throwing at each other was just like outrageous. And
Yeah, the
honestly,
insults that I seen was crazy, like towards each other in the same community about the same stuff that you're going through currently. That's
Right.
like, and you know what's crazy? I didn't really realize until like these conversations that we started having how much it be seeming like y'all all be on the same team until you get inside the community and realize like, nah, they be going at it too. Like it just
In
be
every
seeming
sub
all for
community,
one and one for all. But then I realized that's not how it is.
yeah.
in
And
every
honestly,
sub community, it's always its own mess.
and that's confusing to straight people. You're right to hear it's confusing because like sometimes if you're not in the circle, you're like, honestly, they're all for each other. Like we're ready, you know. And honestly, when you get into the circles, you like, girl, they were transphobic as hell. They were homophobic as hell, calling each other all F words, calling each other boys and stuff like that. And I'm just like, yo.
Yes.
And the competition with each other, just like, why are we in competition? Like, I don't understand that. Like, this is my race. You're in your own race. But literally, we're trying to compete for the same prize. And that's equality. Like, so I don't understand why, like, you think that your race is my race and you got to, like, run into my lane and actually knock me off so you can get to equality faster than I am. When you get there, people are going to be shitting on you anyways. So it's like,
when you could have been big enough your community.
Right. I don't know. I've never been one to be so competitive anyway. Like I've never been like a hater. People really be out here being haters. Like it just amazes me how you can see somebody else doing good that you know personally and not even like it bothers you more than push you to do something, like push you to feel like I can do it too. Like I don't see a bitch and be like, oh, she's more successful than me. Fuck her. Like I see a bitch like, okay, bitch, I see you
No,
shit.
it be well, I won't say girls.
Like
It be people, they see someone doing better than them, they be like, I don't like that shit anyway. Like, girl, you ain't
Okay.
gotta do all that. That should inspire you to want to do something
Or I
or
had a bitch
want to do
that can't
more. You should be
get
like,
away.
it wasn't all that. You see, her lace front was lifting. You
It
know,
be all lies and
her nigga
deflection.
be cheating on her. Girl, okay. And what?
And be fake competing. People that fake compete with their friends bother me. Like,
If
You know
you
what they
not,
say? Keep your friend. Well, honest,
friends
your friends close and keep your
close
enemies
to me,
closer. But
closer.
honestly, the enemies be the friends sometimes. Well, not us, not us. But honestly, with some friendships,
No, I see. I know. Now, I know what you mean.
you
mm-hmm,
be like, girl, you
mm-hmm.
think she your friend, but we all know she ain't your friend. Or he
Right.
ain't your friend. We know that. But somehow you got them the dumb blinders of like, that's my friend. They riding for me down. And on the phone, cut it like this. Yeah, I just got the phone with that bitch.
The ugly
Yeah.
ass
What?
beach.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know at least two bitches that have done that to me. And it's weird because, like, you'll sit up here and ask me how I'm basically functioning my life without no help. And you don't understand how. When I basically, like, oh, I'm going to get into it. Fuck it. Like,
No. If you want to get into your black business, get it to us.
I got
Okay.
asked how I pay my bills, how I have my own car, how I pay my rent without no help. And I'm like, bitch, I ain't doing shit illegal. I work. And she could not believe it. She was like, you work? And I'm like, yes. I have
Yes,
a
you're
job.
not
Like, what are you
living,
talking
you're not
about?
laying on your back giving up twats. You're putting in work.
Not twat.
Period.
Not twat. I
And
can't
this,
support that
I
word.
don't like
We
that
have couth
word,
around
but
here.
It's the
but it's
twat
like,
for
how is
you.
that so unbelievable?
Or something like that, and they fuck it up.
Yes.
Or you know what? It don't even got to be a friend. It could be somebody that was an associate. And you like this. Zank, I tried, and you making me look bad, bitch.
I haven't had like a time where I've got them a job, but I've had a time where I had one of my friends. Like I wanted them to meet one of my other friends because I wanted them to connect because they said they wanted to be more involved in like film, and I wanted them to connect with somebody who's in the area, who's really working, has that ambition, has that drive, blah blah blah. We met, and the energies was just not where they needed to be, and I'm like, ugh, it's
Now,
just
was it the
not
person or
giving.
was it your friend? What was it the person that you brought into it, or was it the person that you was already friends with?
I was friends with both of them. It was more so
Okay.
the friend that I was trying to get involved in film, but they had, I think they just have their idea of how other medias are set up and thinking that it's the same way with film. And I'm like, no, baby, it's
Mm-mm,
really
mm-mm.
not. You can't think that your thing is kind of like this. You because you're kind of jumping in and you're early, you kind of have to work with what you got, and you got to work your way up sometimes, just based on what you
Right.
want to do. And I just feel like that he didn't really understand that, especially with the conversation that we were having. So I'm not gonna say I left a bad taste in my other friends' mouths, but they were like,
Mm, fake
awkward.
support, bitch. You really don't want to be in the film world. You really just want to say it. You want to actually have a
You just
title.
want some money, and it's just like, girl, it's not just about money. It's you gotta actually want to do this. You gotta
A
actually,
lot of people want quick money, fast money. If it's not coming quick,
yeah,
it's not. They don't care. They don't care to put the time and the energy to get to the next level, especially in something that's just not going to just happen overnight. So,
And that shit ended
but
hate because like you end up hating what the fuck I'm doing because I'm putting all the work in. I'm up here holding you accountable. Like, look, and you like this, man, ain't all that serious. Something like this, no, bitch, you really not supporting me right now
yeah.
because it is that serious to me. And if you, my friend, bitch, support me. Like, don't be coming
Hello,
up in here thinking that shit is all hunky dory and that you gonna come in here and goddamn make it the way you want to make it. No, bitch, I invited you into this space. Support me in this fucking space. And if you can't support
right,
me, get the hell away.
right, absolutely.
Lord. Another thing, child, that brings me on this other time. So, like a few weeks ago, Nope came out. Also, Hey Friend, because I feel like they're gonna watch. But we're good since then. But there was a situation where like they wanted to go on one of the little bootleg apps and like watch Nope. And they were asking me, "Oh, how do you get on the apps and blah blah blah?" And I'm like, you could just go out and support Black filmmakers. And they kind of laughed in my face. Like, what? Child, I'm just trying to see a movie. I don't care about all that. And that really, for me, it left a bad taste in my mouth. I'm like, you don't care about all that, but you'll make your way to go see Multiverse of Madness. You'll make your way to go see all these other Marvel movies, but you won't see that. And I ain't gonna lie, I was a little shady because I was like, I just feel like as a creative, you should have definitely understand where I'm coming from, but you're too busy like, fuck all that shit. I want to see some bootleg stuff. And we ain't talk. We talked like maybe like hours later, and we came to an understanding. But I had to just explain to them again, like just being a Black filmmaker, to be able to be like Jordan Peele and be able to direct, produce, and write your own thing, and for it to actually be distributed all over you worldwide, basically, that's a big deal. And not all
Mm.
Black filmmakers get that opportunity or have the connections to do stuff like that. So you should go out of your way to support them. And he definitely understood, and he went to go see it in the theaters, which I love that. But it's just, sometimes you got to get these motherfuckers to talk to, because it's just like, girl.
You know, coming from one of those people that be using them apps.
I was just about to say, we just talked about this the other day, y'all.
Yeah, and I'm gonna always keep it 100. I never thought about it that way. I never thought about it that way. Like, even to the point where somebody else told me something about, like, how shows drop weekly episodes.
Mhm.
I'm not the type of person that like to watch stuff weekly, but I realized that not watching it weekly is not showing that I watch it, and it's not giving the support now. I didn't
Mhm.
realize that if I'm watching it on the streaming app, they don't know it's streaming and that somebody's watching it. So now I understand more of why it's important to tune in every week and stuff like that, so that the stuff that I like to watch, because I ain't gonna lie, a lot of the shows I like to watch be getting canceled. So
That's why we don't be supporting
Child.
them for real. Like,
Yes,
that's the same
that
thing
comes
Uncle
with
Cliff
tweeting
was
about
doing.
it, like
I
sharing about it, posting about it, like even those little things. The fact that even though Euphoria, I'm sure the views were there too, but it was also how it hit social media, how it hit Twitter. Like Euphoria became a huge thing this season because also social media. Like everybody was talking about it.
Euphoria
That
being
and
huge.
it being huge, but also let's not forget social media also pushes it on another level. Yes or no? Like it does. And it's
Yes,
just
because that
little
reminds me
things
of
like
P
that.
Valley. That reminds me of P Valley. Like,
Yeah.
Uncle Clifford was basically saying that there won't be a season three. And I don't want to say Uncle Clifford, I forgot his real name, but nonetheless, Uncle Clifford in the show, he's people were asking where they're going to be a season three. And then he said, not if y'all don't go to IMDb or IMBD
Hmm.
and stuff like that, and Rotten Tomato, and leave reviews, because my thing is like that's going to help the ratings of the show. Download the Stars app, download HBO, and go support these shows, because honestly, that promotes the show, that boosts the ratings. And honestly, when you don't do that, and honestly, you run to your Fire Stick all the time, it's kind of like. But I understand sometimes, because look, we in recessions, not recession, we in inflation. Like, people don't be having the money like that and everything. So I can understand. But like, if you can't buy a $12, $18 ticket, you don't need to be watching the movie anyway. But that's something for another
Bro,
day.
people don't deserve to watch
hold
movies.
up, hold up, hold up. Because let's be honest. Let's be honest. All these little platforms got a ticket, and them tickets add up. Like,
Bro,
because
people should not watch movies.
Netflix went from $7.99 to $22, $23.99. I ain't got time. That's a lot. After you then downloaded 5 apps to watch 10 different shows.
Now you're not lying right there. You're
Well,
not lying right there. But that's what
T.
you got to be. You have to pick and choose. Like, which one, am I going to support in this moment? Because I was talking to you, Nato, yesterday, and you said, "Man, it's been a while since I opened up Netflix."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Damn, I'm always on
I don't
Netflix."
even have Netflix anymore. He's absolutely right. And then I feel like I still play Hulu. Like, I support some of
I
them. I
watch here and
can't
there.
support. Like, so the ones that I'm not gonna support, I'm gonna go watch it on my Fire Stick.
Do y'all? No,
Mm,
honestly, do y'all have cable though?
no.
No, I don't watch cable.
Okay, so y'all don't have cable. But you know
Uh,
what?
uh,
I wanted to leave the viewers off with, a little positive
Not
note.
yet, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. I do want to ask y'all one more question before we get off. do you feel like there's a sense of entitlement that we may have in terms of the support that we want from our communities?
Yeah, I'm
Why
black.
is that?
I want your ass to support me. I'm black. We're not a monolith, but there's so many of us that share similar stories. Why not want, well, I was about to say, why not want my black ass want your black ass to support me? And since I know that we share similar backgrounds sometimes, why not support me? Because guess what? Ultimately, you're seeing yourself through me. You're not
Mhm.
seeing exactly who you are, but you're like this. Damn, I've been there. Damn, I understand what that is. So I do sometimes. I really do. But you know what? Sometimes I have to pull back from that and say we're not all a monolith. And my black story is not their black story all the time. And I gotta hold other people to that same standard sometimes, for real, for real. If I'm trying to create community in different areas.
Mhm. What about you, Rapunzel?
Can I get the question again? I'm sorry.
Oh my God, I knew you was gonna say that. Do you feel like there's a sense of entitlement that you have from wanting support from your community?
Entitlement.
Or do you feel like it's entitlement or maybe it's another term?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm gonna take from support from whoever gonna buy my shit. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, if it's not my people and my people not supporting me, I'm gonna get to the bag regardless. Would I love for my main audience to be my people and to be someone who looks like me and feel like they go through the same things as me? Yes. But am I not gonna appreciate the rest of my dollars that come from the other people? No. Like I'm
Period.
respected on both sides.
I feel
But yes,
that.
I want community to support me absolutely, because I want
I
to
get
support
that.
them. I want to put energy back into them. So
Right. I definitely feel like, when I win, you win. And it's just like that should be simple, like what's not clicking. But sometimes it's not clicking. Mm.
but what I
You're
will say
right
is
about
not
that.
all the time. People not always like that. Like you can put it's people who get money from predominantly the black community, and don't put none of that back energy back into the black community. So
Hmm.
it's not always a even thing. Like sometimes we have people that invest in not supporting the black community on purpose. Like
Yeah.
You're right. You're right, Rapunzel. Like, I see that happen so much. Like, you like, dang, I thought they was putting money back into the community, even with a bunch of celebrities. I'm like, yo, we could have been built up our community. When you be going to the hoods and stuff like that, you like this. Why ain't no high rises here? All these celebrities with money, all these, rich black celebrities with money. Like, why y'all ain't built y'all community up? You know what I'm saying? Where
right.
y'all from? But you know what? I always say this: that's your money. Do what you want with your money, but don't be coming here complaining about shit when you ain't put your money in the place that you need to put your money
And
Right.
you
in.
will
But with
reap
that,
what you sow.
true, true, true,
Would
true.
love to be a person of my community to give back. Like when I reach the point of level of success where I can help other people, I want to be able to actually do that and show the kids that's coming up in this new generation that hey, my community matters. You
Hmm.
know, if I don't put back into my community, how can I expect somebody else to?
Exactly.
So that's
It starts
important to
from
me.
within.
It
Right.
does. It does. Well, since we're here, I want to leave the viewers off with something, positive. Since we kind of were going in a little bit, but what is one positive thing that we can do to support Black people more, like personally, that you think you can do? I can go first, and my thing is literally sounds so bad to say this, but remembering to support people when they actually need me in the moment, and not like a week or two later. You know what I'm saying? Like in that moment, support. Because if I'm doing it in another area, I can do it in this area. So that's one thing I know I have to work on, is like not prolonging my support sometimes. I'm like, you know what, I'll get to that when I get to that because I'm busy right now.
Mhm.
So that's one thing I know I can work on. What about y'all?
Accept
Well,
their prices as their prices. You don't be going up in white places saying this too high. Don't be coming up in no black places saying this too high either. Support that price or don't be a supporter. And that's not cute.
Well, this is something that I already do, but like giving people their flowers while they're here. Like sometimes like leaving a positive message, sharing somebody shit. Even if I didn't even like I went to school with this girl and she always said she wanted to be a model when we was in school. And I like always seen it in her. And she's actually out here doing her thing. And like I left her a message like, girl, I remember when you said you was gonna do what you doing. And I respect it and I love it and I love to see it. And she appreciated that. Like so it's like giving people their flowers while they're here is important. Like let people know that you can see that they're making an effort to follow their dreams because that just pushed
Mm,
them to in an even more positive route.
yeah, and you never know what that message could have meant to them in that moment.
True.
Absolutely. They could have been going through something in that moment and oh shit, somebody see me. You feel me?
Like
That's
somebody
fact.
that Ben knew them from back in the day, knew how they was scruffed and roughed up. Now they kind of looking like that bitch, and it's like, damn, you kind of
Well,
Okay.
seen that.
you ain't lying about the signs. You ain't lying about that because I know some of them people. Well, what I will say is, what I leave off is y'all got my support. You know, and if I don't show y'all that, let me know. Hold me accountable. But you know, that's all I gotta say. Y'all got my support, and y'all know how I feel. So we see each other.
Of course.
I got my supporters too. I love y'all.
I love you
Mm.
guys too.
And I love y'all for listening and watching with us.
We do. We love y'all down. We love y'all down. We support y'all too. Y'all support us. We support y'all. You know, we're gonna keep dropping and y'all keep supporting. You know,
Okay.
Mhm.
share this with your friends. Share this with your friends. Share this with your grandma. Share this with your auntie. Share this with everybody because literally, when y'all support us, we continue to support y'all by dropping.
Okay.
And we out.
Yes, we out this bitch. We love
We love
y'all.
y'all.
Bye.